Amoi Leon-Issa is now ranked as the wickedest mother in Jamaica's history. I didn't rank her. It was the majority of Jamaicans who believed she was the mastermind who allegedly orchestrated her 9-year-old special needs son Gabriel King's brutal, heinous, barbaric, vicious, and all the descriptive words there are to tell how sinister and wicked the slaughtering of this 9-year-old boy was. I believe cold-blooded murderers are becoming normalized, as if it is now the new norm and a part of our culture. And the reason for saying that is, after heinous murder such as that of 9-year-old Gabriel, it's a 9-day blow-up in the media, and then blop, it dies down, just like that. And it's now the perfect opportunity to ask, what is going on with Gabriel King's murder investigation? Jamaicans here at home and overseas are seeking answers, particularly for some charges to be laid against Gabriel King's mother, Amoi Leon-Issa. This is Make We Talk channel. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me refresh your memory of the bizarre and utterly unbelievable circumstances of how this 9-year-old artistic boy lost his life in a barbaric, senseless manner. Amoi Leon-Issa stated that on January 13, 2022, at about 9 a.m., while she was driving her luxury car heading to downtown Montego Bay, she slowed down to get over a pothole. While doing so, a man came up to her side of the window and gave her a hefty slap in her face, then dragged her out of the car and sped off with Gabriel in the rear passenger seat. Then, this was the puzzling part of this unbelievable bizarreness. Instead of calling the police, it's alleged that Amoi called her husband Mike Issa, and together they searched a nearby area, which was on Fairfield Road, and they found the car with her 9-year-old artistic son, lifeless body in the car, with his throat slashed and a knife that appears to be brand new besides his body. To date, Gabriel King's brutal death is shrouded in mystery, and in the eyes of the public, Amoi Leon-Issa is the main and only suspect. There are countless of reasons why Amoi, as the child's mother, is the only suspect in such a bizarre incident that resulted in the death of her artistic son. First, to begin with, why drive off with the child and then slaughter him in that manner and not steal the car, which was a very valuable car? Secondly, the sequence of how she described what transpired between her and the lone assailant sounded senseless, absurd, and, may I add, downright unbelievable. It gets more weird and challenging for the investigators who were tasked with the job of finding who was responsible for ending the life of a vulnerable, speech-impaired special needs child, and what would be the motive. The slaughtering of young Gabriel King outraged the citizens of Jamaica, and they were seeking answers from the police. In an unprecedented tragedy, the police, through a video, reenacted the crime scene and at the same time informed the public the challenges they were having to thoroughly investigate the case.
I am standing here on the Fairfield Main Road, where on Thursday, the 13th day of January 2022, 9-year-old Gabriel King's life was taken away. His body was found with his throat slashed in a blue Audi SUV. Since that time, the team of investigators, they have employed a range of technological, forensic, and cyber strategies in attempting to make a breakthrough in this case. We've collected statements, we've even brought an expert on a motor vehicle of the exact make and model to the one young Gabriel was killed in on that day. Based on what was reported to us, the crime scene was reenacted. Several case conferences were conducted by the detectives. Earlier on this year, my detectives made an application for a production order pursuant to Section 21 of the Cybercrimes Act for the mother of the deceased to give permission to have access to her cell phone. That cell phone has been in the custody of the police since January when this murder took place. On the 6th of September 2022, the production order was granted by the parish judge, stating that within 48 hours of the service of the order, that the key and communication cell site and other data surrounding the phone be handed over for the purpose of the criminal investigation into the murder of Gabriel King. Through her lawyers, she is now challenging the order made on September 6. This key aspect of the investigation is sub judice, and as such, I will refrain from discussing that aspect at this time. Investigations are time sensitive, and the shelf life of some forms of evidence is limited. We were able to close a 1,000 case in 3 weeks through hard work, cooperation, and support from our citizens and persons close to the investigation. From the day of this murder, we have been faced with roadblocks, some non-cooperation, and some legal fencing from persons who should be readily assisting with the investigation. I take this opportunity to appeal to the public. I am asking those who can help to support us to provide us with the information that they have. I am appealing to the conscience of that person who has some information that can help to solve this case, to call Crime Stop at 311 or to call the National Intelligence Bureau tip line at 811. The perpetrators of this crime are still walking free. I ask that you find it in your heart to come forward and tell us what you know.
You may ask, what is a production order? A production order is a directive issued by a court compelling a person or entity to produce documents or evidence relevant to a legal proceeding. It is a powerful tool used in investigations and criminal proceedings to obtain crucial information for the case at hand. In September of 2022, 8 months to be exact, after her son's murder, Amoi shocked the Jamaica Constabulary Force and Jamaicans as a whole when she challenged the production order, ordering her to provide the police investigators with the password for her iPhone within 48 hours time frame. Being the wealthy woman she is, through her lawyers she quickly filed an injunction blocking the judge's order, giving the reason as the right to her privacy. The police again challenged the injunction and the judge again ruled in favor of the police investigators, reordering her to provide the password to the investigators. But being the rich, arrogant woman she is, she refused to comply with the judge's order and instructed her lawyers to appeal the parish judge's order in the Supreme Court. A dark cloud of suspicion is weighing heavily on Amoi Leon-Issa, given the dramatic length she went through to put a stop to her only child's murder investigation. The people of Jamaica are not stupid, and with Amoi battling neck and neck with homicide police investigators to protect data in her cell phone, rational minded people are questioning what is it she's hiding and what is her true motive. Many are of the view that she, as the victim's mother, should be spilling her guts and be readily forthcoming with any piece of information crucial to the investigation. There is one alleged motive that stands firm among many. But first, I must tell you the truth that it is very challenging caring for a child with autism. It can be extremely challenging physically and emotionally. And anyone tasked with taking care of a child with autism can tell you the struggles they faced daily, which leads to the allegation that Amoi Leon-Issa was blacklisted by many job agencies who used to provide her with caregivers for Gabriel. The workers would usually report back to the agency complaining about the difficulty they have in caring for Gabriel, who gets severely autistic as he gets older. But in particularly, they say Amor is short-tempered, impatient, and arrogant. So they were left with the only alternative, which was to pack and leave. At the time of Gabriel's death, Amoi had to take care of him by herself, which proved to be quite challenging for her, as she was career driven with her own business, which was very successful. It was also alleged that Amoi was becoming extremely depressed, caring for Gabriel and running her own business. And that, viewers, are the reasons people are saying her story is just not adding up in how she reported the incident that led to her child being brutally murdered. In essence, it seemed Gabriel was the killer's intended victim, which leads right back to the question, why murder an innocent, defenseless little boy who was speech impaired that couldn't speak properly? What have Gabriel done to deserve such a brutal end? On September 29th of 2023, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the homicide police investigators, upheld the ruling of the St. James Parish Judge's initial order for her to provide the password for her iPhone by 4 p.m. that same day, which through her lawyer she complied with. The Supreme Court gave the reason that investigating her son's murder far outweighs her rights to privacy, which was not surprising for concerned citizens of Jamaica, as that was the similar sentiments echoed by all. To date, it's almost a year since the police got the password for the iPhone, and we have not heard any more updates on the murder investigation and what they found on the phone. I can bet any evidence on the phone is long gone. Having the knowledge that you can access any of your devices from your email to delete and manipulate your personal data. And to me, the trick was for Amoi Leon-Issa to delay the accessing of her password so she could manipulate her cyber data space. As the superintendent said in the video, the shelf life of some evidence are time sensitive.